Hey, Mark Arnold here for Marcus Arnold Fishing. I just wanted to take a few minutes here to show you what I've done here to the old 2020 Z20 Nitro. As my friends and my wife will for sure tell you, I am a huge procrastinator. I see something I want, I buy it, and I'm all excited and tore up and anxious, and I'm checking tracking numbers every day, where's it at, when's it gonna be here? Then when it gets here, my anxiety kicks in and I'm like, man, I just know that I'm gonna have to make any kind of install. I'm gonna have to make trips to the parts store, the hardware store. I'm gonna have different bolts. I'm gonna have some nuts and screws, and I'm gonna have to have all this stuff to get this job done. So it usually winds up put on the front of the boat, on the deck of the boat, in the box, and it sits there until I finally quit procrastinating and decide to do it. But in my Z20 Nitro, it came to me with the Helix 10, Humminbird Helix 10, mounted in the console, which that's the way most of them come from the factory, unless you order something specific, different. But I was wanting to mount an iPad mount. Now I do a lot of homework when I'm fishing different lakes on the computer, and recently got me another iPad, and I do a lot of homework searching lakes and stuff like that on my iPad, and you can do that. And it don't have to be an iPad. I mean, any tablet would work. You just have to have the apps, download the apps. And I've got the Navionics app downloaded on mine. And you can really sit there in front of your fireplace watching television and search these lakes and stuff. And I wanted to be able to transfer that information onto my boat, and that would be with an iPad mount. Well, I searched and searched all over the boat, and I don't like drilling into my boat for no reason at all. It's just, my anxiety just kicks in, and OCD, I just can't stand it, the thought of it. And I looked all over the console, and there wasn't anywhere to mount the mount for my iPad. So I contacted the folks at Bass Boat Technologies, and I said, look, here's what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to take the console, in-dash console mounted Helix 10 out and put it on a console mount and be able to mount my iPad. I said, I only have one unit, that's the Helix 10. I really don't care about adding another unit to the console because I do the majority of my work on the deck of the boat. So I'm not really, when I'm sitting behind the wheel, I'm mapping, I'm side scanning, I'm looking at contours and stuff like that. And then once I get to, the spot, then I go to the front of the boat and I dial it in. So I really don't need that. And they were like, hey, you just need the single console mount for your boat to do that. You don't have to spend the extra money for a dual mount, which would have been very easy. And I would listen to whatever they said. It would have been very easy for them to say, yeah, I would probably suggest going with a dual mount, and then you have room to mount your iPad also. So hats off to them for not upselling. They sold me exactly what I needed. And I've already mounted it, and I wasn't going to do a tutorial on how to mount this thing because it's very easy. It's very easy to mount. I mean, it literally took me more time to find my tools than it did to mount this thing. And I'm gonna flip the phone around here, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we got here. Like I said, I've got the Humminbird Helix 10. Simply, clearly better. to each his own on that. I mean, hey, if you like what you got and know how to use it, use it. But this is my big thing right here. This is my iPad, and I'm not gonna show you my code to get in my iPad, but there's my Navionics app. And if you're wondering what it looks like, I don't know if the glare is gonna get me or not, but it's a Navionics boating app. That one right there. Boom. And as you can see, I'm looking at Chickamauga Lake. I'm sitting in Guntown, Mississippi. I'm looking at Chickamauga Lake. Now I've got it on the. You can set these maps for contour maps. You can set it for the bottom, the hard bottom, soft bottom, which is what I've got it set on now. And you can see with the brown and the light brown colors, the hard bottom and the soft bottom spots here. And you can actually, if you see the little crosshairs there, if I really want to check that spot right there out, I can hit it, and I can go right here to the question mark, and there is the waypoints. I mean the coordinates. So all you got to do is type those coordinates into your mapping on your whichever unit you have there that's got the GPS, and you can drive your boat right to that spot. Super nice. Now I've got this mount from Tackle Warehouse, and like I said, the mount is solid. Now it's a little shaky because it's, but it is not coming off there. I mean, I'm putting pretty good bit of pressure right here, and it's not coming off there. So Tackle Warehouse for the tablet mount, and I have a cover on mine, which on some mounts, I've got a mount for my truck that it does not work with the hard cover on the tablet itself. So this one does. So if you have a cover on your tablet, whatever tablet it is, this one will take it. So Tackle Warehouse, and like I said, I'm not throwing out any. I'm not dropping names because I'm getting anything from them for this. I'm just dropping names so you'll know where to get this stuff. But I really want to send a huge shout out to the folks at Bass Boat Technologies. I mean, like I said, the customer service was through the roof. I got exactly what I needed, and once I got it in, it comes. And it came already with a Helix 10 mount, round mount, already on there, right here, which is super cool. It was already mounted, and it was already mounted to this plate right here. You've got this, I haven't put this back on here yet, but that goes right there to cover that up and give it, I just gotta put the bolt in there. But I left that off so you can see more about what the mount looks like. And when I got it in, like I said, I was a little weird, or not weirded out, but just a little anxiety set in because I'm like, this is gonna be a project. Folks, it was no project at all. I mean, the mount itself fits the contour of your dash perfect. It is made for your boat, all the way down to the bottom. So literally all I did, I set this mount in place after I got my Helix 10 out of the console and off to the side. I literally set this mount in place. And a lot of folks will tell you, hey, you just go through and mark the holes with a magic marker and drill them. Well, you're drilling through slick fiberglass. Okay, you could use a punch, but I mean, fiberglass, although it's hard and durable, I'm like, why would I do that when, I mean, all I have to do is take a drill, put it where I want it, take a drill the first hole, and I was super scared I wasn't gonna be able to get into the console to mount this thing, but I was pleasantly surprised when I pulled the windshield off, and I was able to get up under this console to mount this thing with no problem at all. Now, don't judge the wiring. Don't say, oh my gosh, I want you to look at that Nitro wiring in that Nitro boat. This is all Mark Arnold. This is not Nitro. I had to cut the zip ties to get me enough slack to get this wire, because you're going, you know, another 4 or 5 inches slack that you're gonna need to get it out here to this mount. So I had to cut the zip ties and drop all the wires. So that is completely me. When I pulled this windshield off, this wiring was immaculate. Hats off to Nitro. It did not look like this. I'm gonna try my best to make it look like it did before, but it's probably not. But don't judge the wiring for Nitro. This is all me. But anyway, basically all I did when I took that windshield off and I saw that, and I still got to go through and I left the windshield off because I wanted to not only be able to show you what I did, but I want to be able to touch this thing up and clean it up a little bit. But anyway, literally all I did was I took my drill and I drilled right through the mount, slow. Don't bury this thing in there 100 miles an hour. I went real slow, bam, went through there. I put the bolt and the nut, and it comes with these little caps that covers the bolt head and makes it look super nice, super clean, super professional. Like I said, I still got to clean it up, but basically that's all I did. And once I got the first hole drilled, I put the bolt, went in the back, put the nut on it, started it, snugged it just slightly, just to kind of hold it in place. I did not tighten it down. Then I moved over to this one. And then I moved over to this top one right here. Now this top one played kind of a double duty because I was able to use that hole on my iPad mount also. And then I just did the same thing. I went over here and done this one, and I come over here and done this one right here. And then I just worked my way down, putting the bolts and nuts on it as I went. Bam, bam, 15, 20 minutes. She was on there, and all I had to do was snug the bolts up. Bass Boat Technology sent every single thing I needed to do this job. Actually had a couple of bolts and nuts left over to where I could actually put another bolt in my iPad mount to kind of secure it down. So hats off to them. I did not have to leave the house. I did not have to go to the hardware store or buy anything extra. Everything was right here. Hats off to them. And like I said, I'm not dropping names because I pay the same thing everybody else does for their stuff. Get this thing, iPad back going. I paid the same thing as everybody else did. I'm just literally basically telling you where to get this stuff and my experience. Tackle Warehouse, the tablet mount. I got the iPad. You can use any tablet you want to, as long as you can download an app on it. You can get this app, and there's many more apps out there, I'm sure. And if there are, I'd really would like to know what they are and where they are. So drop me a message. But the mount, now I ordered these lockers. I ordered them through Bass Boat Technology. Check it out. Bass Boat Technologies. I mean, and it's got the little thing there. I mean, look at it fit the contour of the dash perfect. I mean, I can't ask for anything more. So huge hats off to the folks at Bass Boat Technologies. Like I said, I'm dropping names, but the only reason I'm dropping names is not because I'm getting anything out of it from these folks except what I got. And that was a great product. at a great price and awesome customer service. You know, like I said, they could have upsold me, and me being a dumb old Southern redneck, I was like, oh, sure, all right, well, that's what I need, send it to me. But he told me exactly what I needed, and it all worked out. And so Bass Boat Technology, they've got the dual mounts. They've even got the mounts that come where you can relocate your gauges, so your gauges are actually in the mount itself, so they're not hidden when you put the dual mounts on there. So that's awesome. I mean, they're an awesome company, awesome folks. Like I said, as soon as they got this thing made and ready to ship, I got a tracking number. You know, just perfect. So, like I said, the only reason I'm dropping names, because if you're interested in something like this, then I'm telling you where to get it at. Bass Boat Technologies, the console mount is made for your boat, for your particular unit that you're running. So it asks you all these questions. What are you running? What you need it for? And then the mount comes with it. Everything's there. All you got to do is put your unit on, plug it in, and then you're good to go. The iPad mount was Tackle Warehouse, and there's many out there. I'm not saying they're better than any of the other ones whatsoever. I'm just thinking a Tackle Warehouse is for fishermen, for boaters and stuff like that. I think that mount, I can't even remember. I really hate to say what price it was, but it was, some of the mounts I looked at were $700-800. This was well less than that. I won't think like $100, a little over $100, a little over $100 is what I'm thinking it was. Don't hold me to it, but it was a well worth the investment, because like I said, I'm going to be able to not only do my homework on the couch at home, or sitting in the truck waiting to put in the water in the morning. You know, I'll run over and I'll check that thing real quick, see what the updates are, see if there's any updates to water clarity. I mean, you can get everything you want on that Navionics boating app. It does cost. You have to pay for a year subscription. Can't remember what that was, but if you're serious about your fishing and you're going to buy $20,000 worth of electronics and all this other stuff, then it's well worth spending a little extra money for that, in my opinion. Navionics Boating is the app that I use. Tackle Warehouse for the mount, tablet mount, and the big deal, the big thing I want to talk about today was the Bass Boat Technologies mount that I received from them, and the awesome customer service. So, hey, hats off to you guys. Check out my Facebook page, Marcus Arnold Fishing. I try to update as much as possible. Of course, you know, it's winter time here. Last week we had 3 or 4 inches of snow and ice, and this week we're getting about 5 or 6 inches of rain. So it's kind of hard to update your fishing page when you're not fishing. But maybe I'll shoot a video of maybe these LED light strips that I bought for my boat trailer that's been sitting on the deck of my boat for over a month now. So, Mr. Procrastinator here, I'll get around it one of these days, I'm sure. Gonna have a tackle party here this weekend, so I'm gonna clean out all the stuff out of the boat and try to get it all organized and get ready for fishing weather. So, like I said, check out my Facebook page, Marcus Arnold Fishing. If you like this video, click like, share on this YouTube video. I'm just getting started in this social media stuff. I've been fishing all my life, but everybody's like, social media, you need to share your stuff. And I get so much, I mean, just like this mount right here. I looked at so many YouTube videos, Bass Boat Technologies console mount, yada, yada. You got to drop your dash up under your boat on certain boats. You got to drop your underside of your dash, and do this, do that, do this, you know. And I couldn't find a video for the Bass Boat Technologies single console mount on a 2020 Nitro, or I think anywhere from, what, 19 up, something like that, and probably even older than that, or the same, I'm sure. But I couldn't find a video on it, so when I went into this, I really didn't know what I was getting into. My biggest fear was actually mounting it, which was no issue at all, because, I mean, the mount fit the contour of the dash perfect. All I had to do was just tap the holes where the holes in the mount were and put the nuts and bolts on, because when I took the windshield off, I was able to get to every bit of it. So hats off to Nitro for making it easy to get into the console and get into your wiring. Hats off to Bass Boat Technologies for making an awesome product, and their customer service, like I said, is through the roof. If you want this particular mount or any other mount, I strongly recommend checking them out, Bass Boat Technologies. And if you're thinking about running a tablet on your boat, I haven't had this in the water. It might fly off of here and wind up in the bottom of the river. I don't really know. I can't really do a on the water breakdown of how it's gonna work, but I mean, it's from me just messing with it, it looks like it's gonna be there and it's not gonna go anywhere. So if you're interested in it, Tackle Warehouse has got those, and I think they're made to fit, you know, whatever tablet you have there. And like I said, Bass Boat Technologies, they real good about, you know, you put in the year, make, model of your boat, which mount you want, what units you're running or gonna run, and it comes ready to go. And like I said, the app, the Avionics boating app, you know, especially for fishing lakes that you're not familiar with, new lakes, you know. I've been to Chickamauga once, I think it was year before last, and I did not have this access to this app at that point, so I'm hoping to go back, and we had a good time, had an awesome time, caught a lot of fish, so I'm hoping this time we'll be able to dial them in a little bit better. But anyway, that's all for the video. Like I said, if you like this, I appreciate a like and a share. Check out my Facebook page, Marcus Arnold Fishing. I will be posting some updates on there soon, I hope. And I'm gonna flip this camera back around and show you what we're working with. Got the iPad and the Helix 10, cluttered boat, boat trailer LEDs. It might get mounted sometime. Y'all have a good one. God bless.